Hello everyone, this is Benoit from GP Adventures, and as promised some time ago, uh, I'm going to make to do an update about what's going on with GP Adventures and what to expect from us and what we have already in store and so on. So uh, we are working on a number of projects at the same time. Of course, there is the dungeon, the actual hobby shop dungeon, right? And that is a project that is on the long term. That's going something that is going to come in the next few months, right? And we're building on a number of products leading down into the actual hobby shop dungeon itself. Um, what can be expected from us from during a few months is that we're going to have a number of modules coming out, right? Um, some modules we are working on include a module we call DU1, which the title is known as the Marmoreal Tomb of Garm Patur. That's the actual part of it appeared in Gygax magazine, but we have expanded upon it while playing it and playtesting it, and that became DU1, so the complete Tomb of Garm Patur. That would include the level you've seen in Gygax magazine, plus another level under a number of events or things that could move around during the game, and a little more information and so on. So that's going to be a big module with two color maps and so on. Another module we are working on is called DU2, the Big Arcing, the haunted halls of the Big Arcing. On the website right now, we have a preview of this module. Actually, that's not so much a preview as a large chunk of it, because that's the main level of it. That's a level that takes 117 areas. That's a huge part of the thing. So it's available on the website right now. I'm just going to show you the map of it to give you an idea of the size of it. Okay, that is the map that is actually in the preview. That's not the complete module. The complete module will come with this map, plus there will be a surface map. There will be two sub-levels. There will be a number of things added to it. Well, but so that's what you get in the preview alone. Okay, so I'm going to zoom a bit so you can see the map a bit. Okay, so that's a lot of stuff. Okay, that's only about $5 on the website to give you an idea. All right, so and this preview level can be used on its own. That is, you can build around the dungeon you want, and so on and so forth. And one cool thing is that, well, with the complete module, it can be used also as kind of another building or a similar place that wouldn't be too far, or that was built by the same people. So you could use it in your own module, right? Building around what you want for your own, and then use the complete module later on in the same campaign. Or, well, and in the setting around the hobby shop dungeon, we have something called the wild, which is a kind of chaotic area infused by the substance of chaos, right? And it's not uncommon in the wild to see worlds collide and dimensions and different shades of the earth, as we call them. And so the same way, this preview could be actually a shade, if you want, of the complete module in another dimension, and the characters could basically transition from one world to another. That depends how you want to play it. But the point here is that the preview is not so much a preview as an alternate way to play it, and a large chunk of what would be the complete module, which will be put then in context with the rest. All right. So that's the first. That's already the preview available on the website. That's what you get with all the key of the map and so on, right? All right. So that's one thing that we got on the website. Another thing we got on the website, we have Samizowa versus the Dueling Dragons, which is not really related to the Hobby Shop dungeon, but it will be in the sense that it's taking place more or less in the same kind of cosmology, right? And later on, it will have its own module. We're thinking of doing a module game, an actual game module based on Samizowa versus the Dueling Dragons, which could be plugged into a Hobby Shop dungeon campaign. So that's Samizowa versus the Dueling Dragons. If I have a copy around, yes. This is it, right? That's on the website as well. PDF print. You can get an autograph from Ernest Gary Gygax Jr. For free if you order a copy. So that's also on the website. Another thing we have on the website right now, that's the character sheet. That's a first edition compatible character sheet. We've seen a number of character sheets online that we liked. You know, like we've seen the Mad Irishman Golden Road character sheet, for instance, or a number of hand-drawn character sheet that we liked because we want that kind of organic hand-drawn gamer-to-gamer style in our offerings. And so we decided, like, wouldn't it be cool to have like the hand-drawn feel and the neat-looking character sheet with the functionality of something like the Golden Road character sheet, where you can customize your content to really reflect what your character is about, rather than a single generic character sheet in which some information is just not relevant to your character. And that's what we came up with. We came up with a first edition compatible sheet that does that. So that's just a sample here. That's just something I printed for myself. But you can basically customize the character sheet you want. That is that you select basically a main class for your character, which appears on the main page of the sheet, and then on the next sheets of the character sheet, you can select the blocks, the character abilities you want. That is, you want a fighter block, you want a Thief block, and so on. And obviously, what works for the fighter works for the ranger and for the paladin and so on, right? So that's the sample character sheet right there that I printed for myself. Okay, so that gives you an idea. So that's the cleric character sheet. Okay, at least that's the main class, right? See, I'm blah blah blah, right? So in the back, you can see now. That's for clerics, right? Some information about my character and so on. Then this character is a cleric, but I want to dual class. At some point, I'm gonna stop progressing into cleric. That's my character on this game, and I will probably take on the fighter class because I'm playing a cleric of a patron of a deity called the Shield Maiden, and men who serve this deity can at some point do something that's called take on the sword, and they basically become no longer brothers of the shield, but they learn the discipline to wield magic swords and to have the discipline to master them. A bit like, like magic swords in the original Dungeons & Dragons game. They all have intelligence, ego, and so on. So that's based on that kind of idea. And so I used a fighter block here that I added onto the third page of my character sheet. You can see, and there's room for the coat of arms. You can place your mercenaries and so on. And there's the back, right, with a place for the character, which I haven't drawn yet. But okay, so that's the character sheet. It's just a sample. Many combinations. You can have up to 4 classes onto a single character sheet, so that should give you plenty to do with. That's the character sheet. Now, onto what we are doing right now. So I told you about what we're working on a number of modules. We have some partners, some writers working with us to building or writing, designing game books. That's what I talked a long time ago about. That's called Crossroads to Adventure. These are game books, like the whole Fighting Fantasy books or Lone Wolf series, where you basically can play some characters living around the dungeon, around the Hobby Shop dungeon in the world. And this can become, after they went through their adventures in one, two, or all the books, they can become NPCs in the campaign, or hirelings, henchmen. They can become replacement characters, and so on and so forth. So that's being worked on as we go, and our authors are coming up with some pretty cool ideas, actually. But that's not yet the time to talk about this. But so we're working on that as well. Another thing that's happening right now is that we've had one of our fans, a gentleman by the name of Michael James Hill, who put us in contact with a French guy who's doing illustrations for paper miniatures. So we began working on a series of paper miniatures for the Marmoreal Tomb of Patu. And so I can show you a sample here, just a sample here. That's basically what it looks like. Okay. All right. That's. So the thing is that this doesn't use any glue, right? This is just a sample. You see, you can pull it apart, right? Right. So that's not a new process by any means of assembly, but we just thought that was the best way to do it. And it's pretty cool that you don't need anything but scissors. You just need to print the stuff, right? That you print the stuff like this, and print your miniatures and so on. So these are goblins, right? And this is the ogre, for those who know the module. Okay. That's the ogre. Anyway, so you just cut your stuff and you assemble it, and that's how it comes out, right? That's the ogre. And in the back, you can see the back of the guy, right? Okay. So we're fixing a number of things, like what would be the size of the base, exactly what size they will have, and so on. They will be available probably in color and black and white. So that's cool. So that's one of the things we're working on. And we are putting together as well, like as part of our work on the dungeon, there's also part of the work that goes into the design groundwork that goes into the world itself. That is what surrounds the Hobby Shop dungeon. And we started coming up with pretty much done sections that lots of stuff is in flux when we're working on the whole. But the history of the world is pretty much settled now, bearing a few modifications here and there. We've come up. I can show you. I'm going to show you the map of the world, at least a part of it. Yes. So that's coming up. That surrounds the Hobby Shop dungeon. We're gonna talk about all this a lot more. So I'm just checking if I have anything else to talk about. No, that's pretty much it. So for the character sheet, for the preview or the chunk of the Begar King, for Samizawa, all that is on our website. It's gp-adventures.com. You're going to see all that in the section that's called Shop. And apart of that, well, like I said, right now we're going to put together the complete Marmoreal Tomb, which we have all designed. Now it's just a question of putting everything together into something that looks good and can be used and so on. And then that's going to be the complete big arcane. Oh, I forgot Simon Todd, an illustrator working with us from the UK, has been working on his own module, which is super cool. It's called Murder at Sondermeyer. It's gonna probably have the code GB1, and it's a kind of it's a kind of murder mystery, but yet very traditional fourth edition game as well. That's a twist, and that's pretty cool. So I hope you're gonna check that out as well. And that's pretty much it for now. So yeah, and like you can see, lots of stuff we're working on at the same time. It's gonna trickle down bit by bit, like it's gonna come out bit by bit, and up to like the big one, like the big project that's gonna be the dungeon, right? And that's all designed to work to go down into like the actual dungeon. Whether we could crowdfund it, we could do something else. That's still being decided and really thought about right now. But the thing is, we don't want to go into it not knowing what we're doing, just asking, hey, give us a check and we're just going to improvise. That's not going to happen. That's we're going to nail down everything before we do anything, whether we crowdfund or not. And that's it. So we're doing those things right. It's going to take the time, but we're going to do it. And here you go. Those are the news for GP Adventures for the month of June 2014. And I hope you're going to check out the website, gp-adventures.com. Thank you. Talk to you later.